This is Drew Dudley's Leading with Lollipops, discussion led by Mark Lenz. So, after viewing that video, how many of you consider yourselves leaders? And I'm glad to see so many hands, because so many people don't like to face the fact that we are leaders, or they don't think of themselves as leaders because they don't think of what they're leading as being very significant. And that, as Drew was sharing, all too often, we think that we have to make these significant accomplishments or changes in the world in order to be considered a leader. But leadership is not beyond us, and it's necessary in achieving the foundational plank of our school, which is student success. And so many things that we do affect that. And leading our classrooms, leading our groups, leading the offices that we work in, they're all key to our success. So how do you lead? Everybody's heard many people have heard the illustration of pushing a string or pulling a string. And I know it's hard to believe, but when I was always on a tug-of-war team, I ended up being the anchor man. You have trouble believing that? Not really, right? But that's the leader on a tug-of-war team. And one of the things that someone once informed me is that when you play tug-of-war, you're pulling, which is what the human body's best designed to do when trying to move an object. We're best designed to pull instead of push. Pushing takes a tremendous amount more effort to overcome that friction and get motion and acceleration. But pulling, the body's designed much better to do that. And I believe that our intellects are designed much better to pull and lead than to push students or our fellow teammates. It's much easier to lead a group, to get them excited about their achievement that they will make, the career that they're going to have in the future, and get them to wave the flag saying, "Follow me," and then making that conscious effort to follow you and to do those things that will help them accomplish that goal, than you constantly having to go behind them and push them to get each one of these little tasks done. Now, some of them need reminders, a gentle nudge, but it's much more effective if we can inspire them to that greatness that we want to achieve so much for our teams, for our students. Like Drew, I think sometimes we fall in the trap of only celebrating the amazing things that we do. And those are truly worth celebrating, but there's so much more that's worth celebrating. Remember one time when I visited medical assisting, and the ladies were down there and the gentlemen, they were giving injections. I volunteered for an injection. A little jolt of saline, right? And when they gave me that injection, I didn't feel a thing. Now, is that an amazing thing? It is if it's the first injection that the student has given someone, or even the third or fourth, until it becomes second nature to them. And I was really impressed by the way Kathy celebrated every injection in her classroom that was successfully completed. You know, every small task builds on itself towards success, and it builds in giving them confidence. The same thing occurs in phlebotomy and nursing, and machine tool, and automotive and collision repair. These small things, the first time they break a bolt loose on an old engine block is an accomplishment down there without breaking it, because it's a lot of work once it's broken. So they're all worth celebrating. And I was thinking about all the times in my life that I've interactions with people, and I thought about you, and I was wondering, how many of you have had what we're calling today a lollipop moment, a life-changing experience that someone had given you by the interaction? How many of you? You know, it's just like what Drew was saying in the video. You know, you probably all have done it more than once. You've probably all given life-changing moments to others, but no one told you yet that what you did was significant. You know, I think of a girl, a lady actually, who worked in our plant in Sumner, South Carolina. Her name was Tahira, and she was putting springs on brake assemblies, and she was looking up at the sky and like it wasn't significant. I went by and I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I'm putting, the springs on." I said, "Well, that's for a Ford Sport Track, and that's what I drive." I said, "If it's not there, I can't stop." And so it's very important that we share these life-changing moments with others so that they can benefit from them and that we can encourage them. Because after that, she became an apprentice. Well, actually, she learned how to read. Then she got her GED. She became an apprentice. She got a 4-year degree. She became a supervisor. And she came back, and every year she sends me a note on my birthday thanking me for that life-changing moment. And I had life-changing moments as well. And I'm sure you have. But we all need to find those moments and share them with others so that we can lead more successfully. Thank you for your time today.